Okay, we needed some alpha programming just to kind of. Oh, wait, where's my YouTube? Oh my god, so open. Charles Berserk anime movies.
Give me a mug of your finest.
Watch some self-help videos, self-improve.
I spoke to God today, and she said that she's ashamed. What have I become? What have I done? I spoke to the devil today, and he swears he's not to blame. And I understood, 'cause I feel the same. Arms wide open, I stand alone. I'm no hero, and I'm not being right or wrong. I can only tell I'm on the wrong side of heaven, and the righteous side of hell. I'm on the wrong side of heaven, and the righteous side of hell. I heard from God today, and she sounded just like me. What have I done? And who have I become? I saw the devil today, and he looked a lot like me. I looked away. I turned away. Arms wide open, I stand alone. I'm no hero, and I'm not made of stone. Right or wrong, I can hardly tell. I'm on the wrong side of heaven, and the righteous side of hell. The wrong side of heaven, and the righteous side of
Let me go to my YouTube real quick and share. Wait, I can't right now.
Do you need a free, easy way to capture your gameplay? Introducing Outplayed. Record anything on your PC.
Have you noticed YouTube has way more ads than it used to? Here's how you can block them for free.
This is Pi, and it blocks ads everywhere.
So, you might be thinking, why be a man? What's the point? We don't even know what one really is anymore. But if I ever had a definition for what it is to be a man, I'd say it is the acceptance of life. Waking up every morning and despite all the reasons not to be honest, moral or reasonable, one decides to do so anyways. Not because of reward, not because of praise. A man simply pushes forward towards a light from within. A light that can only be discovered by silence and contemplation. A light that can only be realized when you are surrounded by darkness. We cannot truly know ourselves until we are pushed up against a wall with no chance of escape. Where the only option is confrontation with the self. Where all the lies we tell ourselves lose effect, and nothing but the reality of what we are remains. It is through hardship, but also through love and joy that we forge our light, so that it may grow into a fire that burns within us in every waking moment. Reducing life to its bare nature is a form of alchemy itself. We transmute the coal we are given, and we attempt to make diamonds. A diamond's beauty and value is not because it is common, but because it is rare. Many people pretend to have changed, to be reformed, but true change and catharsis is the rarest gem of all. It takes grit, and it takes soul to withstand the waves of life and remain optimistic and moral. It is so easy to slip into darkness and to never return. But it is within darkness, within sin and suffering, that we begin to crave the light. We begin to seek purpose and strength. We begin to develop humility and understanding. Some, however, will succumb to the darkness and never return. We see many people like this today. They are ruled by their shadow, ruled by anger and false justifications. They see oppression everywhere, they feel subjugated, they feel angry. But they have not learned one of the great lessons of life. That life is hard, and it is hard for everyone. No amount of money or luxury can save you from biology, from the elements, or from oneself. They fall into the illusion of happiness and safety being out there somewhere, never seeing they are the masters of their destiny and emotions. So I will ask you, what do you fight for? Illusion or truth? Truth is the essence of God. Deceit and lies are the agents of misfortune. Just as much as cold is the absence of heat, evil alone is simply the absence of God and thus truth. But how do we know truth? This is the hardest part. We all have the innocence of the child within, and because of this, we fall for the lies we are told and buy into dysfunctional behaviors and thoughts. Most people do what they do, not because of evil, but because of innocence. The desire to be protected, to be recognized, and to be safe in some form or another can bring about the horrors of man. It seems the only way to discern truth from falsehood is to pay attention to the effect of our actions, as well as the actions of others throughout history. Actions and thoughts that bring harm to oneself and or others cannot be truth. The fire within man is both the agent for change and the harbinger of destruction. So what is fueling your fire? A desire for power, or the desire for force? Power and force.
I'm gonna stream some video games too. So that's gonna be cool. Let's get back to the stream.
Are two different things. It would serve you well to meditate on the meaning. A man wields power. A coward wields force.
This is an ancient Egyptian tiger nut cake with date syrup. This 3,400-year-old recipe is depicted not in words, but in pictures on the walls of the tomb of Rekhmire, an advisor to the pharaohs. A sort of recipe for the afterlife. Though since they are images rather than a written recipe, there are questions to exactly what the process was. But it seems to show people grinding tiger nuts into a coarse flour, so that is how I started. Though you can also just buy tiger nut flour, which is much easier. Then they mix in honey and water to form a dough, and then it is cooked in oil until fragrant and allowed to cool. At this point, the images show people forming the dough into cones, so once it's cool enough to handle, that's what I did. It can be served on its side, though standing up, it allows for a nice drizzle of date syrup on top. The flavor is nutty and sweet. The tiger nuts taste a little bit like an almond or a walnut, but milder, and a little goes a long way. But it is the perfect dessert for an Egyptian afterlife. Full recipe on YouTube or in the Tasting History Cookbook. This is an ancient Egyptian.
So, you might be thinking, why be a man? What's the point? We don't even know what one really is anymore. But if I ever had a definition for what it is to be a man, I'd say it is the acceptance of life. Waking up every morning and despite all the reasons not to be honest, moral or reasonable, one decides to do so anyways. Not because of reward, not because of praise. A man simply pushes forward towards a light from within. A light that
I used some slugs to kill the Aptasia in my fish tank, and you won't believe the results. My reef tank has had an Aptasia problem for a long time now. I tried to use this stuff to get rid of it, but it only ended up spreading it and making it worse. Then I tried to use these peppermint shrimp, but they ended up freeloading and not being interested in the Aptasia at all. So I finally decided to stop playing around and buy these guys. These are Bergia nudibranches, and they only eat Aptasia. Part of the problem is that people say they could take a while to start working, and my Aptasia problem was spreading fast. And I've also had other nudibranchs in the past that I've lost to unknown reasons. They could have climbed out of my tank or into my filter, or maybe even gotten torn up by some of the pumps I have. So I bought 5 of these guys to make sure if I lost 1 or 2, I would still have some extras. I put the Bergias in a couple of weeks ago, and these are the results so far. This is what my tank looked like before. As you can see, there were some really big pieces and then pieces at the top near my pump. But now I see virtually no Aptasia left. There is still 1 little polyp, and that scares me because that's how this all started in the first place. Even though there's a little bit left, I think it's...
Okay, that's enough of that.
So, you might be thinking, why be a man? What's the point? We don't even know what one really is anymore.
I'm gonna watch that too in a minute. But yeah, we gotta watch all of this stuff.
My name is Phil and I like to dress as a baby. I like to wear nappies. It's like a regressor. It's actually very comfortable.
32-year-old Tom works as a sound and lighting technician for a local theatre. For the past 10 years, Tom has spent every spare moment becoming a dog.
But what is toxic masculinity? Refers to a subset of violent, destructive, or oppressive behaviors performed in an attempt to live up to a mythological idea of masculinity.
If you work out because you want your body to look a certain way, you don't care about health, you are fat phobic.
And this way of thinking is known as fat phobia.
وعليكم السلام.
My name's Uncle Ruckus, and this.
Oh, let's watch this. Johnny Cage versus Scorpion.
Get over here! Come here!